Dzień dobry.
Dzień dobry.
Teraz już oficjalnie możemy otworzyć naszą konferencję. Przyznam Państwu, że gdybym z
The
góry
conference, and I have to admit, if I knew in advance that it will be related to opening such a great event, would it propel me or scare me? But it all worked out. We can start. Hopefully everything is working and you can see us and you can hear us. My name is Aleksandra Klupś. I'm Agnieszka Kuca, and we are co-founders of Progresfery, and we are the perpetrators of this event, so to say. And we would like to tell you about us, about Progresfery, and about the project itself. So, Progresfery was founded to change education bottom up. Education has always been with us, and it has always been important for us, and we want to change it using tools, using solutions that are ready to use here and now, that are inspired by alternative education, that is and has been with us, and we are trying to introduce it into our everyday reality of public school teaching. We also want to focus on future, on shaping generations that will be prepared for the future, but also have fun on the way, so that the learning is nice, is fun, so that both students and teachers feel the flow, feel the energy. And everything that connects it here is the transactional analysis, and we are also educating it and using it on an everyday basis. So you know a bit about us, and I wanted to tell you how from transactional analysis we got to games. It's not so distant in time. We checked the successfulness of games on our own classes with students and teachers, changing the form of certain workshops led us to solutions. We started using solutions of other teachers, but also started creating our own solutions. So based on competition, based on fun, different categories, different courses, different exercises, and we noticed that it really does work. Why did we want to try it? Because we got into games ourselves. We are fans of urban games, and regardless of our week, it's one of the few things that can encourage us to wake up early in the morning on Saturday and move somewhere and run around Poznań discovering different secrets, mysteries that the creators prepared for us. A second aspect that is extremely motivating for us as well is the power of drawing the players in. We play different games as well. There is no one single type, but we both can talk about it for hours, beating different levels, finding out new interesting things, competing. Well, it's our life. It's an integral part of our life, that's for sure. And the last thing, the emotions that you can experience with this epic success. When I started playing strategy games, Civilization, for example, I remember the feeling when I won Second World War playing Switzerland. This is something I remember up until today. And then playing urban game, one of the urban games, and we can then we could arrest people who wanted to develop Poland negatively during the war. That was also an experience we both remember because we did it together. So I think this led us to the conclusion that games work perfectly on every level. So how did we do it? How should we do it? We're using a project that will encourage people, of course. So there was an idea. That was a start. How did we get the funding? You also work in education, so I'm pretty sure that you have experience in taking money from everywhere, every place possible. We all know the realities, and we are both delighted. how the Norwegian funds, Norwegian grants work, and we would like to thank the program operator, so the Foundation of Education System Development, FRSE, for all the support they've given us in creating the application and then implementing it. Their great understanding that not everyone is fluent in the procedures gave us a great sense of security, that we had this overlying sense that we want to do something fun, something useful. So we got the funding.
Mamy pomysł na środki, to teraz
And
potrzebujemy znaleźć
now
ludzi, którzy będą
we
chcieli
needed to find
wspólnie
people
z nami
who
ten projekt
would like to
realizować.
implement the
Bardzo
project
szybko
with us.
powędrowało
And
to
we
do
quickly
partnera, ponieważ
went to our
współpracujemy z
first
firmą
partner.
Eduexpert
We have
i
cooperated with
właściwie
EduExpert for many years or even decades, if we calculate it correctly. We know what's their team, what they do. So that was the first easy first idea. And once we started the cooperation, once we suggested the cooperation, everyone was on board. So that was simple. Then came the challenge. We wanted to find a Norwegian partner as well, and I think we were extremely lucky. An afterthought when we talked with friends, because it turns out that Norwegian partners can be very difficult to find. But for us, it was just 4 emails for different people, different organizations, and we got answers to all of these emails. And one of these people, the representative of North University, was one of these people, and this person was always almost immediately on board. So we were extremely delighted. This person turned out to be not only the expert in the topic, but also a person that we cooperate with greatly. So we would like to invite our partners to tell personally about themselves, their organizations as well. So we'll start with Polish partner, Dagmara Wharton. Please tell us a bit about EduExpert. Hello, everyone. Can you hear me correctly? Let me know. Yes, good. So, hello. As it was said, my name is Dagmara Wharton. I have the pleasure of representing EduExpert, the partner, one of the partners of the project. We are a publishing house, but not a typical publishing house that you may think stereotypically. We are a multimedia publishing house, which means that for years we have been trying to create multimedia materials for kindergarten, schools, and universities. We have not only our own products in our offer in the Expo Zone, available at the Expo Zone or on our website, but you can also learn about hundreds or thousands of different materials, learning materials for schools in Poland. So we create both substantive and technical, practical educational materials. So we create schedules, prints, media, games for you, for the teachers, for the educators, so that you can get to your students as modern and as best as possible. So we have quite a lot of work on an everyday basis, but we have prepared a video that presents our activities. It has not been fully polished, but I managed to get a sneak peek and show it to you. So take a look at our work so that you can better understand what I'm talking about. So let's see the video.
Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined.
Mam nadzieję, że film Wam się podobał.
I
Będę
hope you
bardzo
enjoyed it.
wdzięczna za
I
napisanie
will
miłego
be
słowa w
extremely
komentarzu do
grateful if you
wydarzenia. Proszę,
commented
napiszcie coś,
on
dajcie
it.
znać, że tu
Let us
jesteście.
know, well, let us know that you're here first of all, and let us know what you thought about the video. In EduExpert, we have a lot of interesting projects. We cooperate with the Ministry of Education, creating materials for e-podręczniki.pl platform. We create also materials for universities, but also for private companies. We also create a lot of free of charge materials that can be downloaded from our Facebook, from our website, different worksheets, different games you can use, you can download and use free of charge. So, like us on Facebook, take a look at our website. Today and tomorrow, during the conference, we have a lot of guests presenting extremely interesting projects. From EduExpert, that will be Benjamin Worthen, who will talk about board games in teaching languages, and Magda Jasinka, that tells you how to that will tell you how to use urban games. I would like to invite you to all the lectures, but of course, specifically to our lectures as well. Thank you very much for the attention, and I'm giving the floor to Robin Isfold Munkfold, a representative of Nord University, our Norwegian partner.
Hi there, everyone. Sorry, my Polish is not very good. I guess you have a translator, which is quite nice. Hi, I'm Robin Isfold Munkvold. I am an associate professor at Nord University in Norway, and I daily teach game design studies at the Nord University. But I'll give you a brief intro to the university. We are only 5-6 years old. We were merged from several university colleges into a bigger university. And we are located in 9 different towns in Norway, stretching, as you can see, above about 1,200 kilometers from the most southern point to the furthest northern point of the university. So we are a far-stretched university, and we have several different types of educations in the university. But I do then represent the technology part of it, and then games and entertainment studies. I have been, been a teacher at the university since 1999. I have been doing research within technology, pedagogy, and education for 20 years. And the last 10 years, I've been working a lot with games, gamification, and education. I'll tell you brief about our programs, or the games program that I represent. Of course, we do a lot of programming there. There's visual arts to it. There are storytelling, because if you need to, or producing games, which our students are doing every semester, you need to know the basics of game design. You need to know the basics of storytelling. You need to have a broad sense of understanding when it comes to games and games development, but also then, of course, the programming side of things. Another thing that we do focus on during the studies with our students is that they in fact need to also produce serious games and games for learning throughout the 3 years of the bachelor studies. And during that, we do cooperate a lot with the industry. So we have every semester the students have advisors from industry to advise them on the development and the process of the projects that they are working on. If you'd like more information about the games program in itself, you could later on enter this website, games.nor.no. There you can see some videos showing some of the games that our students have been producing and a little bit more of information about the studies themselves. In addition, I'd like to also tell you that we were awarded something called the Center for Excellence in IT Education 5 years ago by the Norwegian Ministry. So together with the biggest tech university in Norway, NTNU, we have been running this center now for about 5 years, and we're going to continue with it for another 5 years. And the focus for this center is to look at how to sort of increase motivation, improve the quality of technology and IT-based educations all over the world. So that's also something that we do and that I work a lot with at the university. And I'm very happy to be connected with this project here, the Let's Play project, and taking part in this conference today. And I'm also looking forward to doing the workshop later on today. So yeah, so if you like location-based activities in the classroom or outside of the classroom, have a look at the turf and workshop later on. Looking forward to it all. See you around. Thank you.
Dziękujemy bardzo.
Thank you very much. Now I would like to get back to my presentation so that we would be able to say a couple of words about the project we want to show you, the project in general. We know that you had a chance to get to know the project on our Facebook, for example, or on our website, but here are several words of introduction. I think you've already seen this slide, so let's move on to discuss it in details. Let's talk about conferences. And the conference is the beginning of our activities, substantive activities that will take place as part of the project. We were able to get some promotion. There are many people during this conference, for example, over 1,000 people. 12 teachers from Poland will go to Norway to the studio visit where we will be, Robin will be hosting us. Robin will organize training for us. He will also invite Norwegian teachers that they will share the knowledge with us. Of course, we're keeping our fingers crossed that we would be able to go there and that COVID will allow us to fly to Norway. In Norway, we will learn how to project different games. This study visit is still in front of us, so we will invite you, teachers, to take part in the studio visit, and then we will prepare games. We will design games for our teachers. There are already 3 different teams that design games. STEAM games, so to create abilities associated with the future, games to be printed by each and every teacher. So we don't want to launch something that won't be popular. We want that everyone would be able to print the game in school using the copy machine at school and use it later during the class. So everything will be available for free. Our teachers will be responsible for substantive part of these games. Everything will be also covered by us and our supervision. Robin will also prepare special publication about the games, and also this publication will be translated and available. And then when we next spring we will stir another buzz. We will talk about games. We will tell you that games exist. You should download the games. Due to our project main thought that education should be better. But let's go back to tomorrow and today. So let's talk a bit about conference. What will happen? I'm not going to discuss the agenda in detail because you can go on our website and you can check our presenters, you can check our topics and so on and so forth. But I will tell you several words about the platform. We chose the platform because it gives very good communication possibilities. We are very happy that you're active on the chat. Maybe you've noticed that you can write to each other private messages. For example, if you've met someone that you know, and if you want to make some team and cooperate, you can talk on the chat in private, or even you can meet later in reality. There is a workshop conducted by Robin, available for everyone on the main stage, so everyone would be able to take part in Robin's workshop. Expo is another part of the conferences. Different organizations and institutions and companies will present their products. It was also our criterion of choosing these companies that will present their products, because you will find there are many different companies that present the games, but not only games. There will be some companies that produce design software for teachers. Edu Expert company will be there. You will find us. You will be able to meet video with individual companies if you want to ask them questions. We also prepared for you some surprises. Maybe you've noticed in the program, each day there is one activity that is not registered, so be present and be surprised, because not everything is on the agenda. And another surprise is the competition that will take place at one stall. Maybe you will already found the information, because we will have great surprises for you. And the next surprise is the possibility to get 3 post-conference materials, because we invited to our studio additional person, a graphic designer. Miss Irena Kostecka is drawing something for you. I will show you her. And here she is. During the conference, so she will be drawing something for you, and then everything will be digitalized and scanned and available for you. So all these sketch notes will be available for you at the end of the conference. And one more surprise. A great competition, a game with prizes. Our partner Edu Expert is now very important in this project. So Dagmara, if you can talk more about this competition. Of course, I will gladly, with pleasure. 10,000 Polish zloty. This is the award. So please take part in this competition. 20 people will be awarded. Winners will receive also products. For example, licenses for our products, mathematics, science lab. Moreover, you will have availability to 2 Progresfery lectures. You will be able to choose the lectures, and 3 main prizes. Books. from Damian Gałuszka, who is also lecturer at our conference. So it's worth to take part in the competition. What do you need to do? To listen carefully, because during 4 lectures, you have to be very careful and listen carefully. There will be some questions, and you need to write down these questions. And on Facebook of EduExpert or Let's Play Facebook, click on the link to submit your answers and answer the questions. In the form, you will have only numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, and out of these secret questions, you need to answer in the form 1, 2, 3, 4. So carefully listen to our speakers, be active during the lectures, and then submit your form. On Facebook, September 15, we will tell you about the winners.
Myślę, że taki wstępny plan mamy zarysowany.
Okay,
Mam nadzieję,
thank
że
you very
zdążymy
much.
potem
I
czekać
think
myślę, że
you're waiting patiently for our lecture, so we have 1 minute, and I will present our next guest because we are starting